plays. And Stephen A., I will leave the Falcons to you because that was something. But let me tell you why I think it was this. Because when you're a coach, you have the advantage of knowing the game situation, of preparation and planning in a different way than the players, where the play is unfolding in front of them. And the one thing, that's it. Let him complete a pass. It doesn't matter. Game's over. Just don't give a snap. The only thing you have to do. So you bring 7? You leave guys in man coverage and behind the defense. And by the way, Mike Greenberg pointed this out this morning, Stephen A. on Get Up. It was the second consecutive play that they let someone get behind the defense. Like, it's inexplicable. And by the way, you do start to think, like, Greg Williams is a competitive guy, but it's the kind of play when fans get suspicious about motives for teams. Like, do they want the first pick? Does someone have money on the game? Like, that kind of stuff that fans talk about, which I don't believe is the case here. Reason. Greg Williams, I don't care, as it's been pointed out all day on ESPN and last night, that he has done this before. The one thing you don't do and the only thing you don't do is give up a touchdown. And so that's the play you call. It doesn't make sense. Stephen A., it is actually the dumbest play of the year.
Max Kellerman, let me parse words here. It may have been the dumbest call, but it wasn't the dumbest play. The dumbest play was by the Atlanta Falcons on September 20th at Jerry World. Different Atlanta Falcons, 6 different Atlanta Falcons are standing around waiting. For that, treating it like it was I don't even know what to say. It's treating it like it was a punt, okay? And they were like waiting for the ball to hit. And I understand they had to get to the 45-yard line. I get all of that. But you got 6 different Atlanta Falcons that could have pounced on the ball, and they treated it like it was a punt instead of an onside kick and blew the game and lost 40-39. I don't know anything dumber than that. As far as I'm concerned, it's one of the dumbest plays in history, okay? Now, in the case of Greg Williams, you got your defense in the wrong situation. All-out blitz, 0 blitz. What the hell are you doing? Greg Williams is not something that he hasn't done before. He's done it many times. That's just his way, his ego, and that got in the way, and his team suffered because of it because he clearly didn't put them in the best position to win. Only having 3 dudes in the secondary for crying out loud. And rushing 8. Just dumb. We get all of that. We understand that on the part of Greg Williams. But when that still doesn't eclipse 6 different dudes, and your only assignment is to pounce on the football. That's it. You ain't got to cover nobody. All right? You don't have to sit up there and worry about coverage. You don't have to. All you have to do is pounce on the ball. And 6 different Atlanta
Falcons. You know what the difference is?
Was right there, and none of them did it. All 6 of them didn't know what the hell to do. Now, I don't know if that can eclipse the stupidity of Greg Williams.
Well, I appreciate the distinction between the dumbest play and the dumbest call or something.
The dumbest call.
What's amazing about the play with the Falcons is it was contagious. Like, I understand one dude just having a brain freeze, but 5 dudes? It doesn't make sense. Here's the difference, Stephen A. Let's convict them in a court of popular opinion, right? Of public opinion. One, they both killed the game, but one was manslaughter. That was not premeditated what the Falcons did. That was spur of the moment. They messed up. Greg Williams, that was murder. He murdered that game for the Jets.
Terrible call.
No, there's no way.
Bye, Felicia.
There's no way.
I would agree. We're presented by Progressive Insurance. All of our guests join us on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. I mean, it's not like Greg Williams' reputation could get any worse on and off the field, so might as well just do it. ESPN NFL front office insider Mike Tannenbaum joins us this morning on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. Pennzoil synthetic motor oil is made from natural gas. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. The proof's in the Pennzoil based on Sequence 4A wear test using SAE. 5W30. Mike, you were a GM for a couple of different teams, including Gang Green. What do you think's going on in the front office first thing this morning after their latest debacle?
You're feeling heartbreak like everybody else. And look, you have to have one eye to the future, but you also have a responsibility to those players and coaches. And I agree, it's inconceivable how they defended that play yesterday. you have to defend the goal line, and you have Lamar Jackson, an undrafted free agent, trying to defend Henry Ruggs, the most explosive player one-on-one. It's inconceivable. But the other thing you're doing as a GM, you're looking towards the future. You're putting your list together so you're ready to go at the end of the year. And I just agree with what Key said. It's really, there's no, at this point, I don't see there's any way that Adam Gase keeps his job at the end of the year.
Wait, Mike, I didn't say he's going to keep his job. I said there's no way.
No,
He agreed with you.
Oh, I thought he said he didn't agree with me. All right. Let me ask you this, though, Mike. Why hasn't the Jets fired him? Why haven't they fired him yet? Why are they holding on to him? Like, let it go.
You know, Key, right. Here would be my only sort of justification if I'm the Jets. 2 weeks ago was the first time this year that you had Sam Darnold with their top three receivers, Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder, Rashad Perryman. And if you brought Adam Gase in to develop Sam Darnold, maybe you want to say, hey, over the last 6 weeks, is there any chance this could get better? So if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess that's the one reason you would have said, hey, let's give Sam Darnold and Adam Gase a chance together, because the last year and a half have been choppy due to injury, illness, whatever. But now we're at a point where I guess you're so close to the end, you might as well hold on to it. I really don't know, but to me, that would be the one explanation is let's give Sam Darnold the best chance possible to develop.
Would you hold on to it, though, Mike, as a general manager, or would you just let it go now?
Yeah, you know, Key, I made that decision a couple years ago. I was in Miami. We had Joe Philbin. We felt we couldn't go any further. We had an intriguing candidate in Dan Campbell, who was our head coach for the last 12 games. He was a finalist. I think Dan Campbell will be a head coach. I think that's a big factor when you make this decision, Key, is there somebody on your staff that you think realistically may have a chance at the job? Look at the job Raheem Morris is doing in Atlanta. Look, they hit a bump in the road yesterday against the Saints, which a lot of people have. But if you think someone like Raheem Morris may be your head coach in the future, that's a big factor in your decision making.
Mm-hmm. So, Mike, let's say hypothetically you land the Jets job, okay, and you have the decision to make when you come up with this. Do you keep Sam Darnold and then get other assets in the draft, or would you take Trevor Lawrence? How would you handle this situation moving forward?
Jay, well, despite the fact that Sam Darnold went to USC, I'm moving on from him. I think Trevor Lawrence is a once-in-a-generation player, and I know that's contractually obligated to say that here, guys, but in all seriousness, Trevor Lawrence to me is Andrew Luck. He's a once truly in a generation sort of player. He has the athleticism. He has the intangibles. And when you really look at it objectively, Sam Darnold has flashed in fairness, but he hasn't put it together consistently. And when you look at the other team in MetLife, at least Daniel Jones is getting better. There's less turnovers. You could see the progress being made. We just haven't seen that with Sam. I would try to maximize his value, get as many picks as I could, and move forward with a new coach and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Mike, I'm done fighting the Sam Darnold battle. Whatever y'all decide to do, y'all decide to do it as Jet fans and front office people. I'm tired of trying to say they should keep him. I've given up. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Let me ask you this. What the Giants are having, you mentioned the Giants, they're having some success. They go out to Seattle and they clip the Seahawks. How is this happening so fast for them right now?
Well, let's stay with our USC theme. Leonard Williams is having a great year. Had another 2 sacks yesterday, 8.5 for the year. They're playing with great speed on team defense in terms of rallying to the ball. They caused another turnover because of it yesterday. On offense, look, Colt McCoy was not great yesterday, but he managed the game, and Wayne Gallman was really productive, had over 150 yards rushing. They're not beating themselves. And give Joe Judge a lot of credit. They go out to Seattle. No Saquon Barkley, no Daniel Jones. They're down 5-0 at halftime, and they beat Russell Wilson in Seattle. That's a great team win. And if you're the Giants, you say, hey, you know what? We're going to get Jones back. We have Barkley for the future. Leonard Williams is a blue chip player who's now playing up to that top 6 billing when he came out. We have a few pieces in place that we could build around, and Joe Judge deserves a ton of credit.
I agree with Mike. I'm still shocked my Giants won that game. Let's go to another team in the NFC East. What the heck is going on in Philly? Is Carson